Hey everyone, so here we are with what we have left in the last video. Now what we need to do here is we need some instructions. That's something like the valid letters that what the user can input, because there are some people who enter something like hashtag and at the rate like this one, which doesn't make any sense. So we need a list of valid letters, and then something like how many turns they left, the guess they made, and the main word. So let me begin one by one with these things. First thing that we need is a list of valid letters. So name this one as valid letters so that it makes a sense and someone who is going to read our program may understand that. So while developing any program, just try to add words that make some sense, not like the one that we generally use like s.py. So here add the all alphabets A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, and maybe all done. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 21, 24, 25. I thought something is left in this one. A, B, C, D, F, G. So there's a V note in this one. So here we have V. So this is a list of valid characters. You can also add capital of all these, but small is just enough, I believe. And after that, valid letters, what we need something that tells the user that how many turns he's left with. So here we have 10, and then something, a string that tells us that what the guess the user had made. So it's the guess made, and it's an empty string in the beginning. And after that, what we need now, after these things, what we need, that does this thing actually generated any word? What if the word is empty? This string gets some errors, that is random.choice, and there is no word selected at all. So we need something in which we define our program, that is while, and how we can check that word exists by checking the length. That is what I am going to use here. You can use any other theory for this one if you have any one. So if the length of word is greater than 0, then go to this loop and do the complete function. And I believe this also is something sensible, that if the length of the word, like if something doesn't exist, then it doesn't have any length. If it has any length, then maybe this one is a word from all these 10. So if the length of the word is greater than 0, then go in the loop and perform the main function. Now one more thing, that is the main word generated. Now three things that we need here is first the guess made by the user. This may be an empty string, and then we require a main word that is generated every time. So I have kept this one inside this loop, and this guess made outside that one, because I need that guess made to be initially 0, and this main randomly again and again whenever it get into this loop. So generally the word that we are going to use here is the main word that is generating, like the forming word you have seen in that program s.py, that is like I have to guess tiger, then first I have guessed G, then I have guessed E, and these two are just down like this one. This is here underscore GE and underscore. That's something that keep this word that is in progress and developing. So this word is going to store that one. Then I need something that is as I have told you, guess made, that is guess made by the user, whether it's in valid character or notes. Then I also need another guess that defines the input of the user, that what user has inputted. It's the another method that it exists or not, that is guess made. but the input may be something. If that exists, then that will be guess made, and if it doesn't exist, then enter a valid character. But we are going to use the guess in the loop that I will generate after. One more thing we need here, that is missed, that how many user has missed. This one doesn't have any use in our program, but just to demonstrate that there is no missing, and you can make this one also like missed 1 2 3, so it depends on you. Now we are done with the instructions also, and I hope you understand the instructions. And if you did not get the instruction that how I am telling these instructions, then don't worry about that. When you get the complete idea that how to develop these programs, then you automatically do that. And after, I believe after these 4 applications, small applications, you are going to do that easily. So thanks for watching. In the next video we will cover the main logic, that is check the word if they write enter or not. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Hey everyone, so we are done with the instructions also. Now the main logic, they check the words if they write, then enter in empty list and draw the figure. So all that will be included in the main logic. So how can you define the main logic of this program? These things are very easy and basic one that we have done before. Now what about the main logic? So if you think properly, you can get something like this. If the user enter a word, you need to check that word if it is in valid letters or not. So check in valid or not, and if that is in valid letters, then we will make any variable that will contain that, otherwise it will show that this is an invalid letter. So this is the first task we need to do here. Second is the variable if in valid letters, then we will have a word that particularly denotes to the word that is developing, and we have to add that guessed word in any variable that is our guess made. And if that guess made letter that is in valid letters, now this letter is checked one. Now if that is in the word letter, that is the our like random word generated. So if that particular word like A, D, etc. is in that word, then we will modify our main word by entering that one in the main word. And if the main word becomes equal to the word, then the user win. And the part where the figure generated is in like whenever the word is in, that is guess made, not in the word of that, then in that case the turns will decrease. Or we can say that our guess word, that is the user input, because we did not need to check this one, is not in the main word, then our turn will decrease. So I hope you understand that one, and you will understand it better when you will do this here. So first thing is like we have if guess in valid letters. So if the guess is in valid letter, that is the user input, we have our guess made variable that we have taken and is an empty string will be equal to, that is guess made plus the guess. So this is what you will understand a few lines after that. Our main word, that is first empty string, will get the guess word if that guess word is in valid letters, and this one is not also much typical. Else what will it do? It will be like something print and then enter a valid character. That's about it. And if that guess is in our guess main, word, then what will happen? One more thing, when the user input this word and it need to enter a valid character. Then in that case also we need a variable that is from the user. Then here we have an input, like to replace the non-valid character. After then, what we need first let me clear if the guess word is not in the word. So if guess, that is the user's input, not in word, I think you remember this operator, if that is not in word, then what will happen, the turn, this is turns there, 10 became turns -1. So the user's turn will only decrease when it will enter a wrong word. On the correct word, the turns will remain same. So we are done with this part where the user enter the word and the turns decreases. After that, what about the valid letters? Like not these valid letters, the valid letters in the word that we are required to be entered. So what will happen in that case? So for that, what we will do, we will take a loop that is for letter in word, as you can take any word there. So for letter in word, what will we do, we will take first a letter that is particularly entered. If that is in word, then we will also check another condition, that if that particular letter that is inputted is also in guess made, this figure, then in that case our main word will get updated with that letter. And if that is not in guess made, that is else condition there, then what will happen, in that case our main word is something like main plus an underscore and an empty string. So that's the logic for that thing. Now we are done with this also, that what will happen if that word is in word, that the particular guess word is in word, what will happen in that case. Now the last thing we are left with, like we have entered the word, check it's valid or not, updated the guess made, check the guess, word and main. And now what if the main is equal to the word, like what if you have guessed the complete word, then in that case when our main word gets equal to the word, that is the random one generated, in that case what will happen, first print the main word and after that print something like you won or you win, that will be more good there. So you win, and this hyphen symbol there. And now if you can let this statement did not get breaked, then this will go again and again and this will not stop. So we also need a break statement there. So this is about that one. Now one thing we are left with, that is printing the word, main word. Now we have defined all the conditions, but what about printing the word and the user input? We have defined a user input here, like when it enter a non-valid character. We also require the user input in the main function. That's what you are also thinking. I have not defined that one because I'm going to write it in the last. So here print first thing like guess the word, and with that concatenate the main word that is being developed by using a comma, and also now the input, that is guess, and it will be input. So here we are done with that. And now let we remove the extra spaces from this one, just have space when the conditions are changing so that it will look a little better instead of a complex field thing. So here we are done with all these conditions, that what if that guess is in valid characters or not. We have the input, and then we have the input is in valid characters or not. If that is, then we will make the guess made plus guess. If not, then another input. If that will not in the word, then the turn will decrease by 1. And if that is in word, that particular letter, then we check that is it also in guess made. If yes, then the main letter will become main plus letter. Otherwise, main will become main plus underscore and the empty string, and a space also in this string. Now last thing, when these two become equal, we will print you win. You can add these things one above another. I have just written that randomly. Like if you are thinking why I have written this thing about this thing, so there is nothing about that. These are all if statements, so it doesn't matter where you write them. Now done with this also. Reduce turns also. We have also reduced the turns in this one. Now the only thing left is the generating the figure. So I'm going to generate the figure in the next video, because this one else will become so large and that will be boring. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Hey everyone, so now just the figure left. Now one more thing here, where to add the figure. Like adding the figure is a different part, but where to add that? There is a issue here. We have now 3 indentation. One is with this one, second with this while loop, third with these ifs. So the thing here is, when you are reducing the turns, then in that case we need to add the figures. Like here in this if condition, like whenever the guess is not in word, only then we reduce the turn. So these are going to be developed here. And how we are going to develop them? Like we will do something like if turns equal to, like when the first turn reduced, it will be like print, and then first the number of turns left, 9 turns left. And after that we will print, like on the first wrong guess we will have the wall, that is you have seen there while I died twice there, and this one is okay. Then nothing after that one, because we just need a wall in the 9 turn. Now if like when the turns became 8 turns, not this parentheses, if the turns equal 8, what's happening, 8, then in that case first print 8 turns left, then print the same wall, space, and then a wall there. I think this one is right. Now after that, on the second wrong guess we will also have a face there, like this one. I think 0 is more proper than this one, but that we have this capital O. Now done with that one also. Now when the turns became 7, 3 wrong guesses, what will happen in that case? We will have the backbone also. So first print 7 turns left, then copy this one, command C and command V here. Now one more also, that is for the backbone. The backbone will be the symbol with the backslash n, that is on about the enter and return on the Mac. So done with this one also. Now if turns will become 6, one more row. So all these things, command C, command V, plus the one of lag, like this one. No, this one is not suitable, like this one here. This is the backslash, sorry, this slash. After that, if turns become 5, what will happen in that case? Then command C this one, command V, and also 987, this one also becomes 6, this one 5, and then a leg here. Fine. So this is the half structure now. Now if the turns again reduce by 1, that is 4, copy this whole, command C instead of writing again. Now what we add here? A hand, that is backspace first, then this symbol and a space also. Now this is okay, and change this one to 4. After that, if turns equal 3, first print that line like 3 turns left, and copy the rest, command C and then command V. I believe this is going to be the largest code till now. Crosses 70 line and go for up to 90. Now here this symbol, and now structure is complete, just the rope is required there. Copy this whole, command C, command V, change this one to 2 and this one also 2. Now the rope, where to add the rope? I think this one here, but that will be a gap in the hand, so here. After that we will change that according to its neck. And then we have this one again copied, and then paste this one here, change for 1 and this one also for 1. Now adjust the neck according to the rope, and this one is like here and underscore here, this one change this, a space here and then a gap in its hand. Maybe this is okay, we have this hand separated a little. And then when the turns became 0, that is turns equal to 0, print something like print and another message here like last breaks counting. So take care for that. So here we have take care, so it will not be our fault when it get die. And then in the last we have print you lose, and in a separate line print that one like you let a kind man die. And that's it about that one. Copy this structure, command C, and kill him just by removing his hands and adding its hand in this position like this one here. So this is done, and after doing that don't forget to add the break, otherwise it will again start from the beginning. Now done with this also, so save this one, and our code is nearly ready, not nearly, completely ready. And we are going to check our whole program in the next video. You can also attempt one try to check whether is there any error or not. So here it's working nearly fine. So here again I lose. So thanks for watching, see you in the next video. Hey everyone, and congratulations for building your third application. So here we are done with our code and it's working fine as we have checked in the last video. Now let's give a final try. So here we have hangman.py, enter your name, So guess the word now. Like A, again wrong. So I have already lost this one thrice. I do not want this one. So K, in which we have added the K. Let me have a view on the list. So, oh, that's Pokemon. So here I am now, where that cursor. So O, not that, P O K, then E, then M O N. So here when I correct the word with all the correct letters, fill that one, so I win. So here you have you win, and that's how I win without any cheating. Now let me check for the lose one, and here what this, so here not S, so that's going to be, I believe, Superman. No, so not Superman. So what's we have with the S? Oh, that is save water. So this one is going to be save water, but we need to look at how the working when we enter the wrong words. So here we have R, that is already, so this is a first bug we found here, that when we enter the same word again, it did not do anything. So I hope you will modify that one also. So last breath counting, take care, that is something different from the trial one. Then Q, here you let a kind man die. So that's where here, sorry, we have our Hangman working completely fine, and there is code. So this code is again included with this module. So if you have any error in your code, check this one, so it may work for you also. So congratulations again for building this one, and I will see you in the next module.